Hi, my name is Susan Brockmann. I'm the clerk for Bruce Township, and this is Kathy Bosheers, your Washington Township clerk. As Tuesday, November 2nd, Election Day draws near, we are all reminded of one of the rights we cherish most in this country, the ability to vote. This is one of those rare moments we are all truly treated as equals. The machine does not know any difference when you cast your vote. As clerks, this is one of the most rewarding parts of our jobs, and this year there are indications of a higher voter turnout than ever before. We have had a significant number of requests for absentee ballots, and every day we are receiving additional requests. The volume of phone calls, articles in the newspaper, and word from Macomb County indicate that this could be a record voter turnout. This is thrilling for us, and that is why we chose to appear today on Channel 6 to try and address some frequently asked questions and explain the voting process. Many of you are familiar with how to vote, but we always have different ballot types. Sometimes our precincts change, the state requirements change, and we always have young voters who may be apprehensive about voting for the first time. We would like to make this day as worry-free as possible and keep our lines moving so everyone is informed and has an opportunity to enjoy this freedom.
Polls are open from 7 a.m. until 8 p.m. on Election Day. Voters will elect a new governor, Secretary of State, federal and state legislators, judges, and decide on a number of state and local positions. Ballots also contain several state and local proposals. Today, we would like to discuss who, how, and where to vote, and the differences in some of the ballots. First, let's talk about who can vote. Well, you must be a registered voter. If you're 18 years old and registered to vote prior to October 4th, 2010, you may vote in this election. Registered voters received a voter registration card from your local clerk. Your card provides you with your polling location, that means where to vote, and your U.S., state, county, and school district information. You can confirm that you are properly registered by visiting www.michigan.gov/vote or contact your clerk's office prior to Election Day. The state website provides your voter information, and you can click to see a sample ballot. You can vote either an absentee ballot or vote in person at your precinct on Election Day. For absentee, our motto is, the earlier, the better. To vote absentee, you must first request an absentee ballot. Absentee ballots are issued to voters upon their request, stating any of the following reasons. You're at least 60 years old, you are physically unable to attend the polls, you're a precinct worker on Election Day, or you're going to be absent from the community the entire time the polls are open. There could be some religious reasons, or you could be in jail or awaiting arraignment. Once we receive your application, we process it and issue a ballot. We usually send these out to you within one day. There are a few other requirements for absentee voting. The last day that we can mail an absentee ballot to a voter is Saturday, October 30th. That means we must receive your application no later than 2 p.m. that day. Our offices will be open from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. on that Saturday to process absentee applications. In order for your absentee ballot to be counted, it must be returned to your clerk's office no later than Election Day. You can mail your completed ballot or drop it in the ballot box at your clerk's office. Monday, November 1st, up to 4 p.m. is the last opportunity for someone to request an absentee ballot. On Monday, voters must appear in person at our office, ballots are issued while you wait, and you must vote the ballot in our offices.
Let's talk about voting at the precinct on Election Day. You will need photo ID. The poll workers will check your photo ID to the voter list. You need to vote at your assigned precinct. Again, you can call the clerk's office prior to voting or check www.michigan.gov/vote to confirm your voting location. In Washington Township, there are 9 precincts. Precinct 1 and 5 vote at the Capitol Banquet Center. Precincts 2 and 9 vote at Stony Creek Community Church on 26 Mile Road. Precincts 3 vote at Grosvenor Library. Precinct 4 is at the Rudgate East Community Building. Precinct 6 votes at the Washington Senior Center. Precinct 7 votes at the Washington Lions Club. Precinct 8 votes at the Washington Township Hall. In Bruce Township, residents vote at 4 precincts. Precinct 1 is located at Bruce Township Hall. Precinct 2 is at Parks and Rec on Morton Street. Precincts 3 and 4 are at the Orchards Community Church located on McKay Road. Remember, polls open at 7 a.m. and close at 8 p.m.
This is a long ballot. There are partisan and nonpartisan sections and several proposals. We've brought along some sample ballots. Depending on your precinct, you may have different items on your ballot. For example, if you live in the village of Romeo, you will be electing a village president, clerk, treasurer, and 3 trustees. Whereas Bruce and Washington Township residents will not vote for the Romeo Village positions. Romeo Community School voters will have 2 proposals to vote on, whereas there is only 1 proposal for Almont schools.
Unlike the primary election in August, in this general election you can vote straight party or split your vote between parties. For example, you could select a Democrat for governor and a U.S. taxpayer candidate for Secretary of State.
As Susan said earlier, voter turnout is predicted to be high for this election. To better serve you, we are keeping our offices open later on the following dates to process absentee applications.
Monday, October 25th, Bruce Township will be open from 8:30 a.m. until 7 p.m. Tuesday, October 26th, Washington Township will be open from 8 a.m. until 7 p.m. and both offices will be open until 7 p.m. on Thursday, October 28th.
We encourage you to exercise your right to vote in the November 2nd general election. We hope you fully exercise your voting rights not only in this election, but in all upcoming elections.
Please call your clerk's office if you have any questions. Washington Township residents can call area code 586-786-0010. Bruce Township residents can call 586-752-4585.